Fortnite Season 6 is here, and I don't know if you've seen these eggs hidden around the map, but it turns out we're getting raptors, yeah, the dinosaur, later in the season. I hope we get to ride these things. But anyways, let's get right into 10 Season 6 secrets every player should know. Smash like and use code T5G, but let's jump right into number 10, which is the dinosaur secret. So all across the island, there's a brand new way that Epic's teasing future changes to Fortnite. Usually, Epic likes to hide secrets on the map to foreshadow upcoming features, and they've done the exact same thing in Season 6. If you stumbled across random eggs around the map recently, it's because they're actually teasing the arrival of dinosaurs later in Season 6, and this isn't just speculation, it's actually happening. We're finally getting raptors in Fortnite after 3 years of clickbait, but jokes aside, you could also find paintings and colossal crops of us fighting dinosaurs, and in the files, leakers have actually found the files for the raptors themselves. They are apparently going to spawn in the forest once they release, and they're going to be hostile to any enemy. But this is the kicker, you'll eventually be able to actually tame these raptors, which means in the mid-season we could be running around with like raptors by our sides. I mean, if this isn't insane, I don't know what is. The eggs are expected to get more and more cracked as the season progresses, and then of course we'll get raptors once they hatch. And that's pretty much everything we know about them, but for now let's move on to number 9, which is Midas and Jules' relationship revealed. One of the most frustrating things about the last few seasons of Fortnite have just been how vague the storyline is. Well, that ain't a problem no more, as you've been getting more and more storyline, which has been absolutely awesome. And it's definitely worth the wait, especially now because one of the biggest questions has finally been answered. In Chapter 2 Season 2, we were introduced to Midas and teased with a photo of another character. Well, this person, as you probably already know, ended up being Jules, a world-class mechanic who helped them build the device. She was one of the main Battle Pass skins of Season 3, and despite this, we didn't really get much information about her. Her links to Midas have remained unclear for over a year, and we had honestly just given up on getting answers. Some people thought they were siblings, some thought they were just friends, but in Season 6, Fortnite has finally clarified it for us. If you go to the brand new Jules NPC near Camp Cod, you can get some very revealing dialogue. Jules just kind of flat out asks if you were around during her dad's whole device thing. And if that's not enough evidence for you, even her NPC description is that her dad is actually a crime syndicate boss. But it goes even further, because if you go and talk to Jules as Midas, then you'll get a secret piece of dialogue that says father-daughter time. Think it's safe to say they couldn't make this any more clear for us, so yes, finally with Season 6, we've learned that Jules is actually Midas' daughter. It makes a lot of sense now, but now it's time to move on to number 8, which is the leaked secret gun coming soon. In previous seasons, Epic has teased or accidentally revealed upcoming items in their season loading screens and trailers, and with Season 6, it's happened again. If you watch the Battle Pass trailer, you can actually look at a little closer and spot an unreleased weapon. You can find this in Cluck's hands when he's shooting people at Boney Burbs. It's kind of a clunky weapon that you hold in the same way as a minigun. And while we didn't know what it was when the trailer dropped, we do now. This is actually, according to leakers, our first look at the upcoming recycler gun. It's gonna be some kind of cannon that can explode enemies, so basically a minigun grenade launcher. If that sounds familiar, it's because this so-called minigun grenade launcher was leaked over a season ago. So I gotta say, it's awesome to see what the weapon has become. And what's so unique about the recycler though is that for the first time in Fortnite's history, this gun isn't gonna use any bullets as ammunition. It won't use rockets either. In fact, the recycler is gonna use mats as ammo. Yeah, you're gonna have to charge up the gun, which will then grind down your materials into ammunition and then blast them out as like an explosion. I have a theory that the more materials you grind up, the bigger the blast damage is gonna be, but it's just a theory. Anyway, we should be seeing this recycler in the loot pool in a coming update, but honestly, it could drop any day considering it's in the files and completed. But now for the new side storyline, coming in at number 7, we're gonna be talking about Gnome Productions. Okay, so while a truce is still in effect between the bears and gnomes, the gnomes have been working on their own stuff. If you head to the radio station near Craggy Cliffs, then you can find a secret room in the basement. Head down there and you'll actually discover that the gnomes have set up in the underground studio, and it looks like they're recording something. They could be in the studio making some beats, or this might be them trying to hijack the radio stations and broadcast a message. I guess we'll find out in time. But anyways, let's talk about one of my favorite new features of the new season. Coming in at number 6, we have free gifts from NPCs. You might have dropped into Season 6 and mysteriously found some items in your inventory just from playing, and there's a reason for this. One of the new features is an update to NPCs which lets them give you gifts for free. If you talk to a character, there's a chance that they're just gonna give you something like heals, materials, or crafting parts for upgrades. It's a really useful secret and is definitely gonna make me talk to every single NPC I could find from now on. But this is where things get juicy, because over at the Redacted Bunker, we've got our very first change since the location appeared in Season 1. Let's check out number 5, the new stuff with the Redacted Bunker. So over at the bunker, we have not seen a single change to this area since the first day of Chapter 2. I mean, Epic doesn't even acknowledge it exists, but thankfully with Season 6, we've actually got some confirmation that they have actually, well, you know, not forgotten about it. So you can follow a butterfly into a room inside the walls, and this will reveal a brand new vault door. And on the wall of this vault is a spray that says boo, and it's clearly taken from TNT Tina's iconic boom effects. But if you peek inside of the door, you can see an anomaly which belongs to one of the John Jones' style challenges. The TNT spray is actually a hint for you to use one of her barrels to open the door. So if you simply throw the barrel at the door and shoot it, now the door will be slightly more open and you can grab the butterfly inside. And that's really all there is about this secret vault for now. We'll be keeping in touch with it. Anyways, let's move on to number 4, which is the secret chicken trick. Trust me, you want to know this one. With the new chickens actually being really useful in Fortnite, we've all been itching to get our hands on some. They are great to use as portable bouncers or a temporary glider, but there's an issue. If one sees you as a threat, they're just gonna run away a lot faster than you. So, in order to grab a chicken that's running away, there's a secret trick. With the wolves, you're able to tame them by dropping meat in front of them, and they eat it, right? So naturally, why not do the same thing with chickens? Just drop vegetables near them, and they're actually gonna go after it. Stuff like corn works, and you can use it to lure chickens straight to you. It works every time like a charm. No more chasing chickens. But speaking of chickens, there's an even cooler trick at that, which is number 3, the chicken rotation strat. Trust me, it's OP. As we've established, chickens are great for giving you a huge jump boost and no fall damage. So there's a trick you can do with this for an absolutely insane rotation. I really do mean it's insane. There's no rotation like this. Basically, there are new towers around the primal part of the map, and they're all looking towards the spire. At the top of these towers, there's an area that will launch you in one direction, and you go pretty far. But if you're holding a chicken and head to one of these towers, you can create a perfect combo. Just walk right onto the jump platform with a chicken in your hand, and you can fly halfway, I'm not even joking, halfway across the map. It's insane for like rotating, escaping the storm, and this is for sure one of the best ways we've ever seen to rotate. However, it's time we move on to number 2, which is the secret art room. If you head to one of the most northern houses in Lazy Lake, there's a very secret room available for you to explore. Head into the basement and break through one of the walls, and it'll lead you to a surprisingly hidden abandoned art room. And in the center of this art room is a glass case which is empty. This clearly used to have an art piece or some kind of prized possession inside of it, but it is now gone. However, if you've unlocked the challenge, you could head here and a butterfly will appear above the cabinet. Then some jewels will appear on each corner that you have to turn around in a specific order, and once you do that, then the anomaly will appear and you can interact with it for the challenge. This is the first of the John Jones challenges, and now you know where to find them. But let's finish off with the bombshell with number 1, the mysterious house. So there's a new house that was added to the map with Season 6, and it's got a very mysterious energy to it. It's hard to explain, but on the outskirts of Sweaty Sands, you can find Pipe Man and Heyman high-fiving, and right next to them here is this wooden house. Weirdly, every window in this house is covered by black curtains, so you can't see inside. But then once you look in the house, it's just like really eerie. There are no lights turned on, but instead candles lighting up the room. There's also a ton of books on the floor, and maybe this is just a regular house with a power outage, or maybe there's some dark magic going on here. And there are a few other tiny map changes too that almost nobody has spotted. Like last season, both the Tomato Head and Tilted's Clock Tower were constantly spinning, but with Season 6 hitting the map with a different reality, they just have stopped. There's definitely something suspicious happening on the island, so I think it's about time maybe we take a look at it. But that's about every major secret in Fortnite Season 6. Make sure to click on screen right now to check out our next video. Of course, this has been Tommy, and you're watching Top 5 Gaming.